Hello, fellow Murdlers. Today is Thursday, May 9th, 2024, and it's a great day to solve a murder. Today we have deductive logico in the case of the dangerous hat, and we have 3 4x4 grids with suspects, locations, and weapons. Our red murder clue today is a dangerous hat was found beside the rookie detective. So let's check out our weapons here. I'm going to go ahead and say the booby-trapped fedora seems like the best bet for a dangerous hat. So let's go ahead and lock that in. And so now our task will be to figure out who had the booby-trapped fedora and where they were. So let's go ahead and meet our suspects today. We have Lord Lavender, Dame Obsidian, Mixed Tangerine, and Mare Honey. Our weapons today are a trained orangutan, a booby-trapped fedora, which is of course our murder weapon today, a magnifying glass, and the big red book. I'm curious, what is the big red book? Oh, we've got some major red backstory. Okay, cool. And finally, our locations are the parking garage, the encyclopedia room, the rooftop lookout, and the main entrance. Alrighty. Let's dive into our clues and evidence. The shortest suspect and the person who brought a trained orangutan had a history together. Okay, classic relationship clue, although actually I'm not going to say it's a classic relationship clue. This one's a bit trickier than normal because there are 2 unsolved pieces. But all we know now is that whomever was the shortest suspect did not have the orangutan, and that's really all we need to figure out. So let's look at our suspects and see who was the shortest. Lord Lavender is 5'9", 5'4" for Dame Obsidian, 5'5" for Mixed Tangerine, and 6 feet for Mare Honey. So that makes Dame Obsidian the shortest of 5'4". So all we know from this really is that Dame Obsidian did not have the trained orangutan. All right, another piece of info about Dame Obsidian's weapon. She was carrying around a heavyweight weapon. So for this, let's look through ape stuff. Excellent. So we're gonna look for the weights here. So we've got heavyweight, but we know she did not have this weapon. Made of redacted, love that. Okay, so it has to be the big red book. So we'll go ahead and assign the big red book to Dame Obsidian. All right, a medium weight weapon was found in the encyclopedia room. So I believe we had, oh no, we have 2 medium weight weapons. So we know one of these 2 must have been in the encyclopedia room, which I believe is this icon, yes. So I'm just putting these X's here to show that we know that the heavyweight weapons were not in the encyclopedia room because we know that a medium weight weapon was found there. We can also say, because we know that Dame Obsidian had a heavyweight weapon, we can also say that we now know that Dame Obsidian could not have been in the encyclopedia room. So there's a bit of extra information we have there. All right, this fingerprint was found at the main entrance. Which one's the main entrance? Okay. Lord Lavender. You can kind of see this like reverse question mark here. All right, so it's going to be Lord Lavender at the main entrance. Okay, so that narrows Dame Obsidian's possible locations down to 2. And we can also do this and show that she was not at the main entrance because that's where Lord Lavender was. All right, a brown hair was found in the encyclopedia room. Okay. Gray hair, black hair, blonde hair, so that must leave Mare Honey with brown hair. So Mare Honey was in the encyclopedia room, and that means that Mare Honey could not have had the orangutan, must have had one of these 2 medium weight weapons, but we don't know which one yet. All right, we've got an either or clue and at the end, which is great. So either a magnifying glass was in the parking garage or the big red book was in the encyclopedia room. Easy peasy this time. We know that the big red book was not in the encyclopedia room. So now we can place the magnifying glass in the parking garage. So put the magnifying glass in the parking garage, and that's going to give us a lot of information. So we have the rooftop lookout now as Dame Obsidian's location. We also know that Mare Honey could not have had the magnifying glass and therefore must have had the fedora, and that makes Mare Honey our murderer today in the encyclopedia room. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Mayor Honey with a booby-trapped fedora in the encyclopedia room. And if that went a little fast for you, just to kind of quickly explain, because we know that either a magnifying glass was in the parking garage or the big red book was in the encyclopedia room, we know that the big red book was with Dame Obsidian, not in the encyclopedia room, because the encyclopedia room had the requirement of a medium weight weapon. So that left only the booby-trapped fedora or the magnifying glass. Now, once we learned that the magnifying glass had to be in the parking garage, that left only one of the two medium weight weapons to be in the encyclopedia room. In that case, it was the booby-trapped fedora. We had found out that the brown hair was in the encyclopedia room, making Mayor Honey the suspect in the encyclopedia room with the booby-trapped fedora, which we knew was the murder weapon. And so once we figured out that the murder weapon was in the encyclopedia room with Mayor Honey, we can finish the puzzle here. So I'll go ahead and flip these over, but I'm just going to quickly fill out the rest of the detective's notebook before seeing if we're right. Okay, there's everything all filled out. It's looking good. Still loving the automatic X's. They just save so much time. It's awesome. So we've got Mayor Honey with the booby-trapped fedora in the encyclopedia room. Let's go ahead and see if we were right. All right, we were right. Thanks so much for playing along with me today. I hope this was a helpful walkthrough, and we'll see you tomorrow.